It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wow. Lift it up.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's up? How y'all doing? Happy hump day. Good morning. Happy Wednesday and hump day. I hope y'all are doing well. Come on in. Welcome to the Morning Joce. I don't know what's going on with my little laptop. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, welcome to the Morning Joce. This is your girl, Voodoo Doll TV. And if you are here, I thank you so much for being here. You didn't have to do this, but you are. So since you're here, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody. We got a show today. But before we get into that, I want to, like I said, welcome y'all and then get right into the morning announcements. If you are new to the channel, why I keep repeating myself, subscribe. I think that's what I'm forgetting to say. If you're new to the channel, it's your first time, second, or third, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll know when I upload and or go live. Also, Black America, because these meetings are just for you. This is a Negro meeting. But also, Black America, I need you guys to do me a favor, or do yourselves a favor, do your families a favor, and start your genealogy, okay? This is so important. It's extremely important that y'all do your genealogy. All it is a family tree of who you are and the people who came before you. So, Black America, if you care to know your identity, mind you, identity is the first key to freedom. If you know or care to know your identity, then genealogy is where you start, okay? Now, I need y'all to get that done now. It's so important. This is the way we're going to beat this enemy, okay? So, genealogy, also grounding, meditation, and prayer. Please, y'all, get back close to God and your ancestors. They are your saving grace during this time. And speaking of this time, OMG. We got a couple of things to talk about today. I feel like a lot of the topics, or a few topics today, are a little dark. I'm going to try to lighten them up as much as I can to make people not triggered in things of that nature. But ultimately, we'll go through them. Now, number one, you see the thumbnail, and the question is, who's black in America? That's the question, because Black America, we're going to discuss how originally when we voted for all of these black melanated immigrants to come in. Y'all remember how we was telling all of those different foreigners that they are black? We would shame them and making them feel bad if they don't say that they're black. And I know y'all remember because y'all did the same thing to Tyler. I used to do this to black immigrants too. So that's the reason we're talking about it. We used to tell all of these immigrants they're black, and then the immigrants would tell us they're not. Not realizing when we were forcing our identity or black on them, we were offering the destiny swap. That's literally what we were doing. And that's the witchcraft. That's the Jedi mind trick. Listen, this enemy primed us up real good for over hundreds of years before they allowed all these melanated foreigners in. And this is why I'm telling you that The enemy has to be a melanated person. It cannot be these clears. They are not old enough. The enemy has to be a melanated person because this gives me in-game type teas. So we've been studied and indoctrinated for hundreds of years to believe that all black melanated people are the same. And by the time they launched and landed all of these foreigners in here, what was the first thing we did? The first thing we did was go tell all these foreigners, you black. You black, you black. And then the people start saying, oh, no, me no black poppy, I'm Dominican. And we laughed at the people. We thought the people were crazy. We thought the people were just ignorant. We thought the people were ashamed of being melanated. Not to realize we was getting played. We was getting played. That was the witchcraft. So we're going to get into that. And it's all about who's black in America. We got to talk about that. Also, I seen a video of some black Filipinos I want to show y'all. And the reason why I always show you the indigenous people all across the world is because for years and years, we've been shown the clones. The Asians we see today are not the real Asians. They are the clones. The Hispanics we see today, the Mexicans, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, none of those people are the real people. All of those people are either clones, Cabbage Patch Kids, Johnny-come-latelys, conquistadors, or doggone conquerors, okay? So that's why we're going to get into the black Filipinos. We also need to talk about Indian doctors. Did y'all know, remember I told y'all them red dots? That be the doctors when y'all go into the doctor, to the hospital. Remember I told y'all whenever a black American go to a hospital, it's a whole gang of red dot doctors with white coats standing around you looking at you like a guinea pig. I told y'all the reason they have them over here is because they get an opportunity to work on a God. Who's the God, Voodoo? You! You're the God. Well, I got even more information on that. They not even real doctors. According to what I'm understanding, the red dots that's down at the hospital in the coats ain't even real doctors. From what I hear, a lot of them pay a $1,400 fee and they get to come over here and play doctor on your ass. We gonna get into it. Oh yeah, this is crazy. Then we also got to talk about Africa's influence on the world, which is none. We're going to talk about that. Luxury in Nigeria is really not. And then we also need to talk about Perez Hilton's disturbing video, the most demonic thing I've seen in a long, long time. We are going to discuss Perez Hilton, if that's his name, the clear gay dude who was a blogger who ended up getting on live yesterday or the other day, cutting himself in pleasure, okay? And that's going to be a real trigger warning. That's the real darkest part of the show. So we're going to get into that. Y'all come on in here and get the likes up on the video. Hey, bruh, let me tell y'all something about these Indian doctors, bruh. You wonder why they come in gangs and in droves down at the hospitals. And the white coats are also like a magic wand. It's like a bibbity bobbity boo. Because most times, people see the white coat and they go crazy. What do I mean? If I have questions or I have doubts, I'm more inclined to believe the person in the white coat has my best interests at heart, which is probably why they chose the color white, because they want you to believe that these people are here to help you. And I'm not saying all doctors are bad. I know they got doctors out there that are literally dedicating their lives to save the lives of other people. I'm not talking about y'all. Let's talk about these other doctors, though. The red dot Indian doctors. They be 50-11 deep coming into the rooms. Whenever somebody's sick, hurt, or anything, especially a black American, they come in there looking at you like a damn lab rat. And I kept saying to myself, who are these Indian doctors? Where do they come from? And why are they so infatuated with coming to work on us here in America? And it is because they are not real doctors, allegedly. And on top of that, like I told y'all, they get to work on gods. Remember, everybody knows who you are. You, the only person, don't know who you are. One more time for the people in the bike. Take this with you. I need everybody in the audience right now to overstand and open your ears, open your eyes, open everything you can and take this in. Because I keep telling y'all and y'all is not hearing me. And I know you're not hearing me because I don't see a shift in the world. Everybody knows who you are. Everybody. The only people on this earth right here who have no clue about who you are is you. You the only person. The Arab know, the Hispanic know, the Asian know, the red dots know, everybody, the Africans know, everybody knows who you are, Black America. The only people who don't know who they are is you. So at this point in time, I can't keep blaming the enemy. At some point, I got to direct my attention back to Black America. And this is why I come on every day and tell y'all to do genealogy. So please, get that genealogy done. Because the longer you sit up here claiming just black or just whatever you've been claiming, the more you will ride off into hell. And let me just say this. I see video on top of video of Black Americans talking about how they are in these systems, how they overworking and working hard and all these things. And y'all just don't understand how your identity can literally rescue you from these places and from these systems. But you can't put the two and two together because most people are drunk off the witchcraft. So again, I'ma just sit here and be the example. That's all I can do. You watch me change over the whole. Anybody who's been on my channel has seen my change since I've been on here in the last year, okay? And if you watch since the beginning, you see a huge evolution. I'ma tell y'all now. The longer if you want to stay in hell, fine. Just say that. But stop acting as if you want to get out if you don't want to do what it takes. And part of that is knowing who you are. Again, if you like living in hell, that's cool. Say that. But then don't complain about it because you don't want to do the necessary things to get your ass up out of there. Okay? So with that being said, Black America, please do your genealogy. Like I said, please do your genealogy. Please do your genealogy. Let's get into it. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. And shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get a couple of honorable mentions off. Wait, let me read a couple of super chats. For real though, I really hate that I just don't. If somebody had told me, hey, all you got to do is find out who you are and your whole life will change, man, I would dedicate every minute, second, and hour of my time to figure out how I can change my life and my position. But Black America, we just be on this bitch Joce and nobody's coming. Now I ain't going to say nobody because a lot of people are. But I'm saying the mass majority of people still don't understand. This is about identity. This is about who you are. And that's why that's why we get confused and we get distracted by other things like, you know, all of this Pan-African stuff and all of this other religion and all of that stuff. That's the reason why they keep us discombobulated. So we never stop to say, hold up, who are we? That's the part that scares this enemy. You understanding who you are. Whitney B 6670. Thank you so much for the super chat. Say, Boo is right. An Indian doctor eyes lit up when she thought I would have to stay overnight. Oh, wow. I'm telling you, they get to come over here and work on Black Americans like lab rats. I'm not making this up. I read energy, baby. And them Indian doctors come over here, they be looking at you. Let me show you how they do. The original doctor come in. It's typically a clear one. Never hardly a black one. But typically a clear one come in. A clear old man or a clear old lady. She'll come in first and she'll, oh, hi, I'm Dr. Ross. I'm here to help you guys. And I really hope that what's going on? Oh, my God. And then you tell the doctor what's going on. Then the next morning you get woke up with that doctor with 50 of them Indians behind her. 50 of them red dots behind her like this with their hands behind their back. So now the doctor saying, so continue to tell me what's going on, and you can't even remember what you were saying, because all you can look at is the 50 11 Indians with the red dots behind her back like this. So now you sitting up there saying, oh my God, well, what are all them in here for? And then look at, oh no, don't worry about it. These guys are just, you know, they're here observing. You know, if you need anything, these guys will be right here for you. And look at the Indians. Bitch, please. I done been in the hospital with my daddy. I know what I'm talking about. I just left the hospital with my daddy this time last year. I know what I'm talking about. I saw it with these eyes. Man, watch out. Hey. If you think I'm lying, next time one of y'all, God forbid somebody be in the hospital, pay attention. If you think I'm lying, Go in the hospital and see if I'm lying. That's all I'm going to see. I ain't even going to battle nobody in the comments about it. You know what I'm saying? Whitney, thank you so much, Whitney, for the super chat. Says, also, Vu, I DM'd you some Colorado Mounds March 11th. Oh, girl, I don't check the DM. Send it to my Voodoo Doll Podcast at gmail.com. That's why I didn't see it. I don't be in no DMs, girl. I'm scared of them DMs. It's too overwhelming for me. I don't do the DMs. You got to send it to Voodoo Doll Podcast at gmail.com. I'll respond there. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. And shout out to everybody sending the jewels, okay? Diva, thank you for the super chat. Says, happy Alabama Riverboat Day. #babe. Oh, it's today is the anniversary? Oh, yeah, it is Cinco de Agosto. It sure is. Happy Riverboat Day holiday. I don't know what we gonna call it. Y'all remember when the people got the chairs and was beating them clears on the river down there in Alabama? It is a Negro holiday. So happy Augusto de Cinco to the Negroes, okay? So y'all come on in. Let's get into a couple of things. You know, that's where I got my first strike. The riverboat thing. I got my first strike on any of my channels because let me tell you what happened. This when I knew this is me jumping off the porch with YouTube. How long ago was that? Oh my God. How long ago was the riverboat? Oh,
you may play hard, but are you reaping the rewards?
Sorry.
Because you
I be watching YouTube when I'm not on here. Hold on. What year or when did the riverboat chair situation happen in Alabama?
The Montgomery Riverfront Brawl, the one with the chair, took place on August 5th, 2023 in Alabama.
Dang, that was 3 years ago. That's crazy. Look, I got my first strike on the channels because I uploaded the incident. YouTube told me, this one I knew, this is me jumping out the window like, oh shit, YouTube racist. YouTube gave me a strike for not bullying and harassment. What's the other one they give you a strike for? Violence or something like that? I got a strike on my channel. Tell me why, soon as I left out of the studio looking at my strike, buku white people was on live doing live reactions. Another white boy who had like over 1 million subscribers, he did a whole montage and left in all of the scenes on the doggone fight. Didn't edit nothing, didn't blur nothing, none of that. I'm talking about got over 1 million views on the one video, wasn't a long video. And I said, damn, YouTube struck me, gave me my first strike on my channel because I literally just uploaded the fight. I didn't, because I was going to go live and talk about it after I uploaded it. Baby, YouTube, baby, dragged me down to the ground, struck me down, and that was my first lesson in knowing that YouTube picks and chooses. And I know the AI was working then, but it ain't as bad as it was now. I think it was more human reviews then, okay? And it was, like I said, it was in that moment I said, oh, I see what this is. They very selective on who, you know, and then I started paying attention after that, and I started seeing over and over and over. I just definitely knew, okay? Anyways, y'all, let's get into the show. And happy Montgomery Brawl, is that the name of it? Happy Montgomery Brawl to the Black Americans out here in the world, honey. Let's get into it. Martha Reeves, who she sung with? The Temptations? Hold on. I didn't mean the Temptations. Who did Martha Reeves sing with?
Martha Reeves was the lead singer of the Motown group Martha and the Vandellas. She performed with backing members like Rosalind Ashford, Annette Beard.
Let me see. Oh, I remember this. Something inside starts to burn in, and I'm feeling alright. Da 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 da. Our grandma used to be like this. Something inside starts to burn in. That's how our grandma's was. In a club. Doing this. Yeah, I used to see it. I remember Martha Reeves. All right, Martha. Martha, was you a plant? Cause why you can't sing no more? Maybe Martha is old. Let's get into it. So Martha Reeves, the lead singer of the Vandellas, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, she was the oldest of the group. She was tasked to sing the national anthem. Now let me just say this: singing the national anthem is one of the hardest songs you can sing. Even people who know how to sing kind of steer away from the national anthem. And it's not typically because the notes itself, it's the arrangement, it's the notes, it's all kinds of things. So everybody can't sing the national anthem, especially after the Whitney Elizabeth Houston literally bodied the song, and no one has ever or will ever, in my opinion, outdo her. You know what I'm saying? Whitney Houston did have the best Star Spangled Banner or national anthem ever sang from anyone's throat in life. Dead or alive, okay? And at the end of the day, it's a daunting task to get people to sing the national anthem, or what they call it, the Star Spangled Banner. Well, they asked Martha Reeves and without the Vandellas to come up here and sing. Now, Martha is about, how old is Martha now? Hold on, because we need to respect our elders. Hold on. How old is Martha Reeves?
Martha Reeves is currently 85 years old.
Okay.
She was born on July 18th, 1941.
There you go. She a Cancer too. Ain't that a Cancer? Ooh. Anyway, we gonna respect our elders. That's our elder, okay? Now Miss Martha was tasked to go down there and sing the song. But when she got down there, she wasn't too particularly kind or keen on her backup singers. Now they were two clear women. The backup singers were clear. But I don't think clear is the problem here. The problem is Martha sounded bad and the women in the background sounded bad. That was the problem. Also, Martha Reeves in her mind still think this is 1947. Whenever I'm with him. Martha thinks she sound good, but Martha sound worse than the backup singers. No cap. I gotta say that part. And I don't care if she 85. I respect you, Miss Martha. I love you down to the ground, TD. But I gotta say this part. You sounded so bad, and the fact that you were even madder or more mad at your backup singers when you should have been mad at the lady in the mirror, it really bothered me, okay? But Miss Martha, I love you, fat. No shade, but I gotta say it because I gotta call it how it is. You sounded a mess. But we're gonna get into Miss Martha getting into it with her backup singers. She said they was out of tune. Girl, Miss Martha is crazy. Miss Martha said the backup people was out of tune and she don't need them. Let's get into it.
And the Lord is right there, the bursting.
That's Martha. That's not the backup singers. What you just heard was Martha. Miss Martha. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Get through the night. That's out of tune. I was still there. Oh, say, touch me, watch. Words so that. Now you singing with me. Who's singing the same note I'm singing? Why? Backup singers. I don't think I need them.
Wait, girl, let me swallow my water.
I don't need them.
Oh, Miss Martha.
Okay.
Miss Martha.
I think so.
Miss Martha.
But I don't want to have a lead singing three-part harmony. And the Lord is right there. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Still there. Oh, say does that star spangled, oh, say,
Okay.
can you see?
All right, Miss Martha. So that was Miss Martha. She did end up keeping the background singers on for the performance. She said she didn't need them, but apparently whoever's in charge said you got to go out there with them. Now, Miss Martha was getting real agitated because the girls were singing Miss Martha part. Now, I got to take Miss Martha's side on this part. You see when Miss Martha turned around and started singing to them? She was singing because they were singing her part. You hoes only supposed to come on the part that say, and the rock is red glare. That's all y'all supposed to do. But they want to sing Miss Martha part. So Miss Martha had to turn around and let them know, hold up, is I'm the lead or is y'all the lead? At the end of the day, Miss Martha, we love you, fat. You our elder. You one of us. And we got to love you. But we got to say this part too. You sounded worse than the people in the background. I got to say that. And I think it's unfair the way you treated those clear women only because you sounded worse. Now, if you sounded better, it would have been like, okay, the clears are just not here for the job. Get them out the paint. You know what I'm saying? But Miss Martha, the fact that you sounded worse than the women and then you got mad with the women, I don't know who hired you for this. I don't know who your booking agent, your manager, maybe your grandson trying to get a couple of dollars. So he done rented you out to the nearest football league or basketball league or whatever the case. But Miss Martha, make this your last performance. Make this, please. We love you, Miss Martha, but make this your last performance. This a wrap. And the Star Spangled Banner, all the stars done fell off the Spangled Banner. Thank you, Miss Martha and the Vandella-ettes, because they not the real Vandals. Shout out to Miss Martha. We just need her to go back home and get it together, you know? And I blame the people who hired Miss Martha. You know why? Because y'all know good and well that lady wasn't ready to come up here and do no song like that. Y'all know it. Y'all knew it when you hired her. You knew it when she came in there and her voice was shaking like a goddamn leaf. You knew it. But somebody out there needed the money and somebody out there needed to sell tickets to that regular ass basketball game. So y'all put Miss Martha on the flyer as the person singing the national anthem. And I'm pretty sure y'all put the video with Miss Martha back in there saying, whenever I'm with him. So all the people thinking, oh, that's Martha, Miss Martha, woo doo woo. All to get down there. Oh, yeah. Y'all out of pocket. And your grandchild, whoever booked you and helped them book you, whoever you hired as your booking manager, they out of pocket. But with that being said, God sit high and look low, niggas. He gonna get y'all for what y'all did to Miss Martha. You got to know it. He's gonna get y'all for what you did to Miss Martha, okay? Now, on top of getting people for what they did to Miss Martha, let me show you the easiest way to become a Miss Martha. Let me show you. Get you a nigga who ain't worth a nickel 95. That's the easiest way to come Miss Martha. And I don't mean as far as the voice. I just mean in turmoil, you know. I've seen this study. I've seen this pass my desk a couple of times where they got this new trend where stay-at-home boyfriends are the thing. And I'm not mad at the stay-at-home boyfriends. I'm mad at you hoes who want to be men. I'm mad at you provider assholes. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all messing up the game for real women. All you hoes who like to control men, so you go out and get these good ass jobs, so you make sure you make more than a nigga, so he have to live off of you. You pick him up and make him your dependent. Y'all done created this whole new task or this whole new thing where these Negroes is literally trapping girls now. Because everybody want to be the stay-at-home nigga. On my soul and everything that I love, I will play with my you know what the rest of my days before I allow a nigga to come lay up on me. And that's on Schoolyard, SY, Blueface, Neville, and the unborn baby. Said what I said. I would be in this bitch windmilling, cartwheeling, and all the willing before I allow a nigga to come lay up on me. And there's so many of you women who do it. And yeah, I'm judging. You know why I'm judging? Because a lot of y'all do it out of self-esteem. Low self-esteem. A lot of y'all know the only way you can keep these niggas is if you continue to pay their bills. Or you continue to hold the purse strings. So a lot of you women get these niggas with nothing. Probably got good peen. But y'all get them with nothing. Spruce them up. Have them at home playing the game all day. And then y'all mess up the game for other men and women. Because other niggas see these niggas and start thinking it's the way to go. But on everything I love, school schoolyard included. If I gotta bust my ass, I'll be damned if I do it with a nigga laid up in my house. Okay? And I can knock on wood, and I don't have to say I don't have to say anything in regards to it being superstition, because I've never in my life took care of a man. Ever. And I can say that with my chest. I have never in my entire life took care of a man. I've never even dated a man who couldn't take care of me. Never. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying I never dated a man who couldn't. So with that being said, I don't understand this trend. I'm not a part of these black women. And a lot of you super scent like girls, because super scent is one of the main ones. Them type of girls. Not just super. All of these girls that's on these social medias are just hilarious. All of these hoes, they go make all the money and go get these stay-at-home niggas. Then they come to the internet and say, oh, my boyfriend, my husband, my man got a job. He drive trucks. Nigga ain't drove a truck since you met the nigga. The nigga ain't even have a truck. Y'all just be lying. Anyway, let's get into the trend. I hate it. I hate it. And let me say this to the black women. You wonder why you can't find your femininity. You wonder why you can't rest. You wonder why you always stressed. You wonder why life is in shambles for you, because you're too busy trying to take on the role of a man. Stop taking care of these niggas. I know that's going to fall on deaf ears, because a lot of you hoes, that's all y'all got to get a nigga. Or let alone keep one. You know what I'm saying? But for the ones who have things other than their purse string, please stop taking care of these niggas. You are only hurting the community, okay? Now let's get into it. Vu Krishan has a new YouTube page called Krishan. She live right. Girl, I ain't worried about no damn Krishan. Anyways, it says, y'all feeling this? Stay-at-home boyfriends are on the rise as women now hold more payroll jobs than men. It says the stay-at-home boyfriend is becoming more common. According to reports, women held more payroll jobs than men in the United States early this year, making a shift in the workforce as women continue to enter growing industries while men are leaving the workforce. That's not done that's done by design. It says over the last year, jobs held by men decreased 142,000. That's not a lot. While women gained 298,000 jobs. Let me pause this right here, because this is why I say you got to read and you got to understand data and statistics. 142,000 people decreasing their jobs is not enough to say that more men are staying home. You're talking about 142 men not working versus the entire America. Let me show you an example of what I'm saying. Approximately how many men, number-wise, are in America?
There are approximately 168 to 171 million men living in the United States. This represents roughly 49 to 49.5% of the total population.
So almost 50% of the population are men. Hold up. And they're saying only 142,000 men decreased by losing jobs. That's not even enough to put a dent on the numbers to say that more men are staying home. But this is why comprehension and understanding what you're reading is important, because this article is very misleading. It makes it seem as if there's a whole epidemic going on in America where more men are not working, when the fact of the matter is 142,000 is not even a dent in 50% of the population, okay? So this is false. There's not an uptick of men not working, okay? That's what we got so far. According to the numbers they use, this whole article is false. Thank you, Lord. Thank God. Woo! It goes on to say, it definitely doesn't to me seem like, it says this could be because women are increasingly filling jobs in industries like healthcare and social assistance, which have seen major growth. Economist Laura Ulrich says the trend appears to be more than a temporary change. It definitely doesn't to me seem like the change has been driven by a recessionary period, which is what typically drives it. This seems to be more of a long-term decline that's led to more of a permanent shift, see they lying, going forward, or at least a semi-permanent. They trying to do witchcraft. They want y'all to read this headline because they know y'all not going to read the article, and they want this to become true. So what they're doing is projecting. What they're doing is telling you what they want by saying it's already happening. Does that make sense? Put a 3 in the chat if that makes sense. So they're telling you what they want by saying that it's already happening so that you'll conform. So for instance, they're saying more men are staying home, even though the numbers decline or does not support their argument. But they're saying it as if it's true so that you can start shifting the narrative and shifting your lives to match it. Does that make sense? I really hope so. Sometimes I feel like I have a hard time explaining myself. Anyways, it goes on to say, Aldrich added that some younger men are also taking longer to enter the workforce, relying more on parents or partners for financial support. What are your thoughts? And this is why I keep telling y'all, the neighborhood talk, the shade room, these are all tethers behind this. Okay? All of our news sources on the internet, the main pages are all government enemy infiltrated tethers, okay? So do these tethers have Black America's best interests at heart? Why would they come on here and tell us the truth? Why would the people behind the neighborhood talk, the shade room, the Jasmine brand, Hollywood and why would and even though Jason Lee is behind that, he worse than the tether. Why would any of those people come on here and tell you the truth when they work for the enemy? So again, this is what the neighborhood talk in the shade room does often. They love giving you misleading headlines, and for the couple of people who will read it, they hope that you don't have the comprehensive skills so that you can't see through their bullshit. At the end of the day, only 142,000 men decreased their jobs. That's not enough to say men totally or men collectively are decreasing at work. That's not the truth. Let's move on, y'all. But I'm so glad it ain't true. But I'm saying that to say this. Even what I was saying at the beginning of this, I'm so tired of women taking care of men. I hate it. I wasn't raised like that. I'm going to be real. I wasn't raised like that. My daddy worked every single day. Do you hear me? I wasn't raised like that. My mama stayed home. For the most part. You know what I'm saying? So when I be seeing you women take care of these niggas, it's like watching a foreign movie. It's like watching Aliens to me. I'm being real. Because the way I was raised and from what I've always seen, a man is a provider. That's just how I was raised. Okay? And I get it. A lot of y'all wasn't raised like that. And I'm not asking you to say that you were. What I'm telling you is that's the normal way it's supposed to happen. I'm not saying that the nigga gotta be rich. But what I'm saying is a man is supposed to be a protector and a provider. Heavy on protector and provider. But y'all be getting these niggas who don't provide nothing. That be the part that really drives me insane. At any rate, let's move on. Why my nose always itch every time I get on this live? Every time I get on this live, my nose itch. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up. Speaking of moving on, Diddy's release date been pushed back. You know, Diddy, I keep telling y'all, is behind the scenes, pulling the strings for Saucy Santana. And what's the little girl? Young Miami. Okay? But they want you to believe he's in prison. So let's get into it. Now, his date has been moved up many, many times before. And they just sent out another news release saying that they moved this date up again. Well, I think it was from like April to January. But this is right after he had a fight. Well, I don't know if the fight footage just got to the judge, because after seeing the footage, I don't know, I guess they're moving his release date back again. So let's get into it. This is a circus. It says Diddy's projected release date or prison release date has been pushed back following the reported jailhouse fight he was involved in. According to Federal Bureau of Prisons, he is now scheduled to be released on February 20th, 2028. Just days after his release date had been moved up from June 2028 to January 2028. So here it is. Now they're going to play with us back and forth with 30 days. I am telling you now, that nigga ain't every bit of locked up. At all. But anyways, free Diddy, I guess? I don't know. I don't give a damn. Moving on. Them people playing, bro. That nigga ain't locked up. Okay. That nigga ain't nowhere near locked up. Speaking of not locked up, Dean the Great got some good news. Remember that battery case that the girl was putting on him and trying to get his ass locked up for 15 years for getting kicked off the yacht? For y'all who don't know, Dean was facing a lawsuit, for a young lady who had claimed that she was sexually assaulted, or it was some kind of battery or something, and that he kicked her off the yacht. It was reported by TMZ that he was facing up to 15 years for that incident. And Dean came back and said that was something old that TMZ just had randomly put out there. Well, Dean has just now got news that that's all behind him. According to this, he's celebrating after his battery charges got dismissed, which is going to inadvertently keep him out of jail. Let's get into Dean and his celebration.
Hey, child, we just beat 15 years, bitch. Those are the chat, nigga. They dismissed, nigga. Nigga, clear, cut. For real? Free, cut. Damn, free. Come free, nigga. Don't lock me up, nigga. Hey, child, we just beat 15 years, bitch. Those are the chat, nigga. They dismissed, nigga. Nigga, clear, cut. For real? Free, cut. Damn, free.
So they free. According to this, it says that the charges were dismissed and it's keeping him out of jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Either way, he's free. Congratulations to Dean. But your ass will be back down this road again because y'all niggas don't understand. You just haven't caught on yet. You literally haven't. Because if you did, you would know that the whole operation is set up to put you niggas in jail. And speaking of not knowing, did y'all see Rihanna was out there dancing on her husband? And he looked like he didn't even know what to do. Like he didn't know if he wanted to dance on that first. But I did see Rihanna and Spice them was out at Carnival. Let's get into it. Look at Rihanna. That nigga did not want to get behind Rihanna. And Rihanna look good, girl. I see you bouncing that ass. No wonder that, yeah. I see why everybody going crazy about your girl. You bouncing that ass, huh? You swinging that hoe. I see you. I ain't mad at it. I'm from New Orleans. We love a good ass shaker. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Rihanna. You look good, fat. You did. Your husband looked like he didn't want to get behind it, though. I ain't gonna lie. He looked like he had to think about it. Like, oh, shit. I got to get behind it. Is the cameras going? Oh, shit. I got to get behind it. That's what it's giving. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, they had Carnival. Where was they? In Jamaica? Where they was? I don't know where they was. But she was out there with Spice. Old Spice. Regular Spice. Not the Ice Spice. She was out there with Spice Official from Jamaica. Y'all can't hear the song, so let me sing it for y'all like Ice be singing. That's how Spice music sounds. I like it though. I like it. I'm not even being funny. I like it. I know the Jamaicans love it. You know what I'm saying? They love their women to get lower than baritone burrs and get on the ones and twos. I'm here for it. I like it. I'm not even being funny. I like it. I like the music. Shout out to Spice. Spice is a worldwide artist. Do you hear me? Spice not just no regular bitch. I know we don't know the music because we don't listen to it. But Spice is a worldwide bitch. Let's really be clear. Shout out to Old Spice. Not the Ice Spice, but the regular Spice. Shout out to Spice, you know? And look at Rihanna. Mm-hmm. They look like they had a good time, though. Look at Reed. Every time I see this whole big head hoe, I be thinking of Pondy Replay. Hey, Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? Big head ass. That shit was trash. That shit was trash. Mr. DJ on Pondy Replay. That shit was trash. You know why it popped off? Because back then we was all on that Sean Paul. I'm still in love with you. We was getting catfished by Sean Paul. And then she came back with Pondy Replay. And we got caught up. We got caught up. I ain't gonna lie. We got caught up. We got caught up. Because we was so, remember everybody in America thought we was Jamaican. Everybody was over here dirty whining and stuff. Pondy rivers and things. I remember I used to be doing it. Girl, bye. Girl, please. You couldn't tell me, girl. I went to go get me a red, green, and yellow something, girl. You couldn't tell me I was punning the replay, pun. Girl, I was doing all kind of what this dance was. Girl, I was everywhere. Yeah, Sean Paul was catfishing us. So they snuck Big Head in. And we thinking, oh, pawn the replay, Sean Paul, you know, and we kind of got caught up. But anyways, at the end of the day, Riri, you're out there. Y'all looked good. I was trying to see the carnival pics, though. I wanted to show y'all her and Spice at Carnival. Yes, honey. They was at Carnival. Look. Oh, girl, this is a picture. What a video. I hate when celebrities be acting like they giving back to the hood. Bitch, get from behind there. Get from behind there serving them damn people. Look at Spice. This Spice. This the regular Spice. Okay? For y'all who don't know. Let me see if I go find her IG. Shout out to Spice. That's my girl. I love me some Spice. That's my girl. Hold on. Spice Official. It should be on her page. Now, just because y'all don't know this girl's songs, don't mean this girl is not worldwide. She is what y'all think Candy is. Hello? There goes Spice. Put that leg up. One thing about Spice, she gonna shake that ass and she gonna deepen that voice. Shout out to Spice, bruh. Spice went out there and had a good time. I need to go to Carnival. I want to put me an outfit on and go to Carnival. I want to go out there and pawn the replay, bitch. Somebody invite me to Carnival. Where I get my outfit from? Who out there by the Carnival people? Call me. I want to get me an outfit made. I want me a head thing done. And I want to put my outfit on and go out there and do the Carnival. Yes, I do. And any black American or any one of you tethers got something to say, shut up. Y'all cosplay all our cultures all day. I want to play Carnival, bitch. Said what I said. I want to put the outfit on and shake my ass. The little bit I got. I want to put the outfit on and shake my ass. I want to twerk. But I want to do that. I want to see what that feel like with drawers on. I want to see. You see what I'm saying? They say $1,000, girl, run me my outfit. I got that. I got it. Run me my outfit. I got a rack. What's up? Man, I got my measurements and everything. I'm trying to get me a little outfit so I can go pawn the replay. Look. So look, it's a bunch of twerking, drinking, ass shaking, all that's my kind of party. Yeah, get my outfit on the ones and twos. Who down there in the Barbados people? Where the next carnival gonna be? I don't give a damn what island it's on. Get my outfit. I want to go down there. At any rate, congratulations to Spice hanging out with Rihanna. Yeah, that's dope. And like I said, Americans, we think that, like, what is Rihanna doing with Spice from Love and Hip Hop? But Spice is really a worldwide artist. So I think that it's not understood and said enough, okay?
Hey, shall we?
But shout out to Spice. Sorry. Shout out to Spice. Let's move on. Ooh, I ain't going to play the whole speech. But I do want to play y'all T.I.'s speech to his wife, Tiny. So y'all remember Tip in 6.5? Oh, wrong tab. Y'all remember 6.5 and Tiny when got married and renewed their vows? I just want to play a little piece of the speech that Tippy Tip wrote for Tiny. He said Tiny is the love of his life. He said he has a purpose and he has the love. I thought that was so sweet. But I don't trust 6.5, okay? Let's get into it, y'all. Get the likes up on the video.
She said, you wrote something, you gonna say something? I had not. Because I did not need to. The truth don't need to be rehearsed. You understand? And I don't need to document or write down to prepare to say what's on my heart. I will say this, I will start here. It is in my belief and my heart that I feel God puts every soul here on earth with a purpose and a partner. It is our job to find both. Yes, sir. Now, sometimes people find that purpose but search forever for their partner. Sometimes people find their partner have to sacrifice their purpose. I was blessed with both.
There you go.
And God loved me so much that he not only wanted to bless me, he indeed wanted to challenge me as well. You understand? See, you know, because the blessings we celebrate, the challenges we must accept. And I've been blessed greatly and challenged even more, I assure you. But moments like this, I find it difficult to understand, because moments like this, I stand here pretending that this is the first time that I've accepted this challenge. 25 years ago, I accepted this challenge at the Pink House, if anybody remember that. I accepted the challenge to protect, to provide, to love, to defend, to honor, in sickness, in health, in sickness of the mind as well. You know what I'm saying? I accepted that challenge, and I appreciate the blessings that have been bestowed upon me in abundance by way of love and respect and loyalty and children and time and nurturing.
And I'm going to stop you there because we don't have 5 minutes to listen to the whole thing. But let me just say this. I thought this was beautiful. And I do believe Tip when he say that Tiny is his person. Because even when he speak about how he met her, he literally said he saw her and was like, I'm going to get her. She's going to be my wife. He knew that before he even had a conversation with her. I've always loved that they had that kind of love story. I understand they got together and things kind of went awry with him stepping out, Tiny and him screwing holes at the same time and all that stuff. But I think it all brought him back full circle, okay? And I think that this is what some marriages, not all marriages, are about. Going through the highs and the lows and still deciding to choose each other. So I think that this was dope. I thought it was beautiful. And I believe my heart of hearts that Tiny is T.I.'s person. I believe that. I believe that the stars had aligned them together before they even came to America, to the world, period. You know, and I do believe, I'm one of those people. I'm sort of a hopeless romantic. So I do believe that we have soulmates. I just, like he said, most of us find purpose and then sacrifice love or a partner. Most of us find a partner and sacrifice purpose. But it's got to be fulfilling to have both. I don't know yet, because I will have both. But I can say, looking from the outside looking in, that's got to be the most fulfilling thing. At any rate, let's move on. Congratulations are in order for T.I. and Tiny. 6.5 in Tippy Tip. Wait, 6.5 Tippy Tip in Tiny. Y'all deserve each other. Okay? One more thing, y'all. No, a couple of more things. They say they're bringing back MySpace. Is y'all going on MySpace? What's going on? They say they're bringing back MySpace. It says MySpace may be trying to make another comeback. The owner said in April 2026 documentary about the platform, they want to bring back a version of social media that isn't hyper-focused on algorithms. They explained their failed attempts to bring the platform back through different management teams and CEOs, but said it never worked. They are committed to keep trying until they can bring back a platform that feels modern but authentic to the original MySpace platforms. What would y'all be here for the comeback? Let me just say this. Algorithms have completely ruined the social media experience. What do I mean by that? Do y'all recall at one point you was able to see a large variety of things on social media apps? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Now, if you like one video or if you watch one video for over 5 seconds, the algorithm assumes, which I don't believe, but the algorithms assumes that that's all you want to see. So then that's all they start shooting you. For instance, on YouTube, I know people who watch cop shows or the cop videos. You like one of them cop videos and literally YouTube will only feed you cop videos. Only. You'll be like, well, damn, I only liked that one. I didn't want to see all of these, you know what I'm saying, cop videos. But that's what the algorithm has done. Not just on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I'm talking about, you don't even have to like it. Stay on the video for more than 10 seconds. If it's a 3-minute video plus, Stay on that video for more than 10 seconds and watch the algorithm just shoot. Boom, 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 boom. The same thing over and over again. And it puts you in a prison. It puts you in a meta prison because you can't see anything outside of what the algorithm feeds you. Now, people have learned how to reset the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, by searching other things and liking other videos simultaneously, I'm assuming. But either way, the algorithm is designed to find you a place where you are comfortable and keep you there. So I think if MySpace is trying to come back without the algorithm, I think it'll be dope. And I will be the first one to get my account. I think I still got my account. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I still got my account. I think my name was Boss Black or something like that. Yeah, fam. I think I still got my account. Let me see. I'm going to have to check when I get up off of here. Yeah, I had a MySpace, had time in the top friends. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I signed up because these algorithms really is horrible. They really trash for real. But anyways, that's the MySpace bit that they're saying, we'll keep our ears out. I ain't gonna lie. Wouldn't it be dope if black people just started congregating on MySpace? Nah, because then we gonna make some more white folks rich. Or tellers, for that matter. Let me say this, and then I'm moving on to the show. Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana goes on this radio show. And on the radio show, the people tell Saucy Santana that he's big. Now, Saucy is a nigga. A male. He's got balls and a bird. No boobs. Just balls and a bird. So he's not even a TS. That's a whole nigga in a wig. Do you hear me? And Saucy done got around these women so much that he forgot he is still a nigga. And he forgot that he's shaped like the goddamn the penguin from Batman. He forgot. He forgot that his back is big and wide and burly. He forgot he's shaped like the middle linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. He forgot. See, in his mind, because he's only 5'9", he don't understand why people look at him like a big old nigga. And I'm here to say, Saucy, the reason why the world look at you like a big old nigga is because you is just that. One big old burly nigga. But let's get into Saucy. Saucy is mentally crazy. I don't think Saucy crazy. I think Saucy trying to turn the world crazy. Let's get into it. It says, Saucy Santana questions why people call him a big guy. And the radio host says, I think it's because of your back. And look at Saucy. You talking about my ass. What ass? Your shoulders wider than your ass. How we gonna see the ass when the shoulders put a 5 o'clock shadow on the ass? How we gonna see it, Saucy? How we gonna see it? Nigga shaped like an upside down hanger. How we gonna see it, Saucy? That's what I be talking about. It's the mental illness that's running rampant on the internet, and I'm getting tired of it. Y'all get the likes up.
That was strong, but I'm not mentally.
Why do people keep saying that? What the fuck is a big guy? I'm 5'9". And if I take this jacket off, ain't no way. So where y'all be getting that big guy from? You motherfuckers that have you thinking I'm like 6'5", 300 pounds when you see me.
You know what's so crazy? You do be, and now that you say that, when you walked in, is why I'm like, Saucy look a little smaller than that.
Yeah, I think it's your back. I think they did. I think it's your back.
Bag like my purse.
No, your back.
It ain't no bag. On my head.
No, hell no.
See, you gotta keep your eyes on the front.
It's your back, man. It's your back, bro.
All this you worry about my back.
I'm not worried about that. You asked me a question.
But it wasn't on my bingo card.
Oh, geez.
I don't know what this new thing is about. Everybody like, oh, he's a big dude, he's a big guy. Nigga, no, I'm not. If anything, I probably got on big Rico and boots or something like that. Bitch, I ain't huge like that, but I will beat you up. Okay, so he Saucy. Now, I ain't gonna lie though. When I walked in, I said, oh shit, okay.
That's funny. That's funny, but look. See, the hot stuff be happening. I walked there, had nothing to do with nothing. And shit ain't gonna say, that's not the blue, and the camera's on. I'm like, and I just know how people are. So I was just like, what you mean?
You can't say you gonna lose. What you mean? You gonna be fucked up?
No, yeah, it was just like, what you mean? They're like, you think you can beat something?
Nah,
so
yeah.
then she gonna try to, no. That was strong. But I'm not mentally.
Denial is more than the river. Do you hear me? Saucy. Your height in your quote unquote what waist isn't enough to justify you being a petite girl. Or how y'all say girl. That's different. See, in your mind, you don't have no waist. In our eyes, bitch, all we see is shoulders, waist, and thighs. That's all we see. In size 13 and a half. That's all we see. In your mind, you done been around Young Miami, Carisha so long. You done hung around bitches so long, you forgot that you is a nigga. You starting to forget that you really is a nigga in real life. And you also forget not only is you a nigga, you're not even one of the cute niggas that could transform and then we be like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? No. You a big, burly. God didn't want you to do this. That's why he made you look like that. He didn't want you to turn into a girl, so he shaped you just like a boy on purpose. And we're not gonna, I don't give a damn how many surgeries Saucy get. I don't give a damn how many, and all his photos and videos be photoshopped. So y'all can sit up there and think that y'all seeing that shit in real time. That's one big old wide bike, burly nigga. Said what I said. I don't give a damn how long the nails get or the bundles get. It don't matter. You is a man. You's a boy, Damon. You is a boy. You a boy. And boys don't have fat asses and no waists. You get it? You see how that go? See, that's why you don't get looked at as petite. Because God made you a boy. There you go. Not only did he make you a boy, he turned you up to he made you look like a lumberjack when you turned into a man. Yup, that's God. That's what God said. God didn't want you to do this. That's why God turned you into the bounty man. Nigga, look. That bitch Saucy Santana like he can be on the bounty paper tower. That bitch look like if you paint him green, all you hear is, oh, green giant, head ass nigga. Boy, you is a boy. And that's just that on that. I said what I said, Saucy. Nobody's going to look at you as petite. Nobody's going to look at you as a girl because God made our eyes to see and our ears to hear that you is a boy. Now, with that being said, let's move on. Because, see, we're not going to have the internet turn us crazy. Saucy crazy. We not gonna be crazy. Saucy gets to be crazy, not us. See, at least y'all might be, not me. I'm not gonna let Saucy come on here and play with my mind. No, God, no. Why would I do that? That doesn't make common sense. Nigga beard. That nigga beard thicker than Martin Luther King's. And he on here talking about how the hell people think that he big. Nigga, what? A front line hate to see this nigga coming. Do you hear me? A football field hate to see this nigga coming. Oh, I did want to share this. This is a little dark. And then after this, we're going to get into Perez Hilton to get the dark stuff over with. Remember I showed y'all that map of pedophiles and people who were looking up child PORN? Remember that? I showed y'all the map and it was red dots all over America. I told you that most of those red dots belong to people in high places. Doctors, lawyers, judges, police, etc. Does that make sense? Okay? Now, the reason why America doesn't do much about child predators is because America is filled with child predators. Because the people making the laws and the rules are also child predators, okay? This is why the internet and the media keeps us focused on everything else, because these people who are child predators need their privacy to do what they do, okay? Now, this man was a police officer. What the other man was, I brought y'all on here and talked about, who was doing the child PORN. Oh, he was a CIA agent. Now, this one is a police officer, and apparently, not only was he messing with a kid, but he did not disclose his HIV status, giving the kid, I think, HIV. Let's get into it. No, this is a pastor. I'm sorry, I forgot. This a pastor. Remember I told y'all the pastors be the nastiest. I've been saying that since I came on the internet. I told y'all the nastiest people walking this earth are pastors. Y'all don't want to believe me, and I keep telling y'all. And when I say nasty, I don't mean nasty just by getting booty. I mean nasty like they be doing some shit you ain't never heard of. They be wanting some shit done to them. You be like, where the hell you find that? Yeah, them niggas, okay? Let's get into it. It says Florida pastor arrested after allegedly having sexual relations with a 14-year-old boy without disclosing his HIV status. Let's get into it.
We received a cyber tip from Instagram that there was illicit, inappropriate activity between an adult and a child. And what we found is that Timothy Cheneyfield went online with a dating app in search of children. And that's what he found, was a 14-year-old child. Then they moved from there over to the Instagram app where they chatted more often. And then Timothy Cheneyfield picked him up in front of his neighborhood on 3 different occasions. He wasn't preaching, but he was messing around. On 3 different occasions, he drove to the 14-year-old child's neighborhood, where the 14-year-old child met him at the entrance to the neighborhood. Timothy took the 14-year-old to his home, and when he took him to his home, he engaged the child in sex. That wasn't all. Timothy is HIV positive. He failed to tell this 14-year-old child. We received a cyber tip from Instagram.
So I don't know if he passed the HIV on to the kid. It was later confirmed that Shani Fields is HIV positive and taking medication for the condition, with investigators alleging he did not disclose his status to the teen or another adult man who reported having sex with him. Shani Field was ultimately arrested and is facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of lewd battery of a minor, 3 counts of traveling to meet a minor, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and 4 counts of an HIV-infected person having sex without informing their partner. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd has spoke about the arrest, saying this is a dope smoking preacher. Ooh, right here. He's a dope smoking pedophile preacher right before you. So he on crack or dope or some sort of dope. Listen, the people who are committing these acts, these heinous acts, are the people that you know and love, okay? And think about churches. How many people think, oh, I'm going to let my son go off with the pastor or with the youth ministry or with the youth men's, and this is what be going on. Listen, predators go in places where you're more ample to trust them so that they can do what they can do. They need you to think that they're on your side so that they can take your children and do all of these nasty negative things. This is why predators are around children and get jobs around children. School teachers, all of these things. Black America, I ain't telling you to come out the churches, even though I believe you should. If you need it, I'm not saying nothing. What I'm saying is this. Stop trusting these people in these positions to have your best interests at heart. Most of these people are demons in disguise. Most of these people are literally your karma and demons in disguise. Please run away from this stuff. Go within. God ain't in no building. He ain't in none of them buildings y'all go to on Sunday anyway. As a matter of fact, on Sunday, he's the furthest away from those buildings. Y'all only think he's in there because y'all in there stomping and jacking your knees and stuff and screaming and hollering and going into convulsions, calling that shit goddamn speaking in tongues. But that's not God. That's a lot of other demonic entities that y'all in there dealing with. But I ain't gonna go there because I'm gonna make the church people mad. Y'all, it's demonic entities undercover as God. That's what that is. All that shit y'all be in there talking, y'all don't know what the hell that is. Y'all don't know what that is be taking over y'all, and you don't know if the pastor putting it on you. At any rate, with that being said, hide your kids, protect your kids. You don't need to drop your kids off at no youth centers with these pastors and preachers because they over there messing with y'all children. Okay? And that's a fact. They over there playing with y'all children. And this the gag. Typically, the only time you'll figure it out is when the children grow old and be old, grown men and women, and they finally come to tell y'all. Because some of them kids come and tell y'all while they're young. And y'all be so drunk off of these people in their high positions, y'all don't be wanting to listen to them kids. But at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, them kids be trying to tell y'all. But for even the ones of y'all who don't know, y'all just don't know, you're literally offering your child to the goddamn enemy. Speaking of the enemy, I don't know why I even did this. Anyways, Perez Hilton. Oh my God. Put a 3 in the chat if you're familiar with Perez Hilton and what's going on with Perez Hilton. Oh, when I tell you, I don't know why, and I saw a blurred version of this video, and it disturbed my spirit so bad. For y'all who don't know what's going on, Perez Hilton was a blogger. He used to be one of the big bloggers all over the internet, right? He lost a lot of weight. He used to be fat. He became real famous for being like the biggest blogger to the start. He was like before Tasha K, it was like Perez Hilton. Does that make sense? But he was more like a friend, if you ask me, than Tasha K. Because Tasha K really be getting all their tea. You know what I'm saying? And bringing it back. So, oh my God, all I know is he had a height in his career, and then all of a sudden he kind of like disappeared. But when he came back, they said that he had went crazy. But when I saw his video when he came back, he was talking about God. He was talking about how he went through X, Y, and Z, and he had came back and he heard God's voice and how he's been reading the Bible and all of this stuff, right? So, boom. I'm like, whatever. It's another clear, losing their mind. Let me move around. You see what I'm saying? Man, I saw yesterday all these headlines about Perez Hilton and Perez Hilton self-harm. Perez Hilton self-harm. Something told me this morning when I got up. I said, let me go on Twitter because people keep saying, don't go watch the video. Don't go watch the video. You know me, my nosy duck ass. Duck, goose right here. Me, Daisy. Yeah. I'm Daphne Duck right here. This me. My duck ass this morning, I was like, let me go see. Man, I should have never clicked on this video. Perez Hilton was literally, I'm going to describe it to you because this is the headlines. I don't know what's going on in Perez Hilton's life. I don't know if he has a demonic entity attached to him. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Watching the video, I was thinking, did he do something and step into something that he really ain't had no business and now them demons on his ass? I don't know what this is, but either way, Perez Hilton took to his Instagram or whatever TikTok or whatever he was on and decided to take a knife, a sharp knife, and continuously cut his body over and over and over. And he wasn't just cutting. This cracker was carving like he was carving a goddamn turkey. Do you hear me? I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. This cracker got on the internet, hit the red go live button, and took, I don't know if it was a butcher knife. I don't know what kind of knife because the knife was blurred too. And this cracker started carving inside of his own body, head to toe. Listen. And was carving like he was carving a turkey. And this is what's worse. He seemed to be getting off on it. At every cut, he was going, I was going, what? Yeah, I had to get up off of them. I watched maybe 15 seconds, tops. I was like, yeah, oh no. Disturbed all of my spirit this morning. All of everything that is. I did not. That's Daisy Duck, Daphne Duck. That's me. I'm crowning myself Daphne Duck. Because my duck ass people don't go watch it, don't go watch. I'm here to tell y'all, I got tough skin. Don't watch that video. I do not recommend this video to nobody. If you got tough skin, go watch it. If you feel like you want to watch it, go watch it. But I'm going to be real. If you know you got a soft, even with it blurred, bruh, even with the shit blurred, it was disgusting. I didn't even get to see it live, and I can imagine what the people were seeing live. I got to see the blurred version of this shit. And this is some paranormal poltergeist I don't know what the hell going on here. I don't know what this is. This ain't normal. This ain't regular. And this ain't God. God ain't got nothing to do with this. God ain't nowhere around this. So I know he be holding up the Bible, speaking about how he reading it and all of that. But God has zero to do with what the hell Perez Hilton got going on. Facts. But let's get into the story. Oh my God, it was disgusting to watch this morning. Perez, it says prayers. Miami police respond to Perez Hilton's home after allegedly self-harming incident on TikTok. Oh, he was, and TikTok, y'all count y'all days, bitch. Because I was on that bitch smoking a hookah 2 years ago and y'all banned me. And you let Perez Hilton get his white ass up there, carve himself like a raw turkey. TikTok, count your motherfucking days, bitch. I can't stand TikTok. And if TikTok wasn't as popular as it was, I wouldn't even be on it. If I didn't know you niggas wasn't on there, I wouldn't be on it at all. TikTok, count your day. TikTok let this nigga get up there and carve himself like a turkey. Girl, if you say white people on TikTok, they'll ban your live. And they let him get on there and do this? That's why I keep telling y'all these rules is a bunch of bull. A bunch of bull. Let's get into it. It says, Perez Hilton has left fans deeply concerned and sent prayers for his well-being after going live on TikTok with alarming behavior in an alleged self-harming incident. On Tuesday, August 4th, clips went viral of Hilton visibly naked, very much naked, and covered in blood. Facts. While standing in front of the camera, he held a knife and held it against his body, making several cuts along his stomach, chest, arms, face, thighs, and more. In the clips, he smiled, moaned, and grunted in pain. At one point, he said, "I'm surprised TikTok lets this stay. F you, TikTok. Me too. I was surprised too." He continued to say, "It hurts, but it feels so good too. I'm a effing parasite loser. This is what you all wanted. You know," he says, after running the knife against him some more, he said, "It'll be interesting to see what happens after you die." He then invited 3 other TikTokers on live stream and said, "What's up, effers?" All of them concerned then asked Perez, "What are you doing? Are you okay?" He replied, "I'm committing suicide." One person said, "That's not what we're doing here." He replied, "Yes, it is." When they continued to inquire about his actions and where his loved ones were, he said, "Bye, bitches," and ended the live stream. Following the live stream, Miami-Dade, oh Lordy, in Florida. Following the live stream, Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office responded to Hilton's home. A spokesperson told TMZ that deputies received several calls, quickly responded to his home. It says family members at the scene confirmed he was alone inside the home. And it says deputies have said or since tactically disengaged, but continue to monitor the situation. What? Since then, his reps, Golden Artist Entertainment CEO or co-CEOs, Dante something with an R and Rebecca something with a K, they said, shared a statement with TMZ. It says, before this concerning incident, Hilton went viral in March after claiming to have met God during his 21-day hospital stay after battling for his life. He said what started out as the flu quickly turned into something deadly, sepsis. So, I ain't gonna lie, the description was pretty on. It was pretty on. And that's exactly what happened. Again, I love scary movies and I love gory shit, but it's different when you know this shit is real. Watching this man carve himself like a turkey was the most insane, surreal shit I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure it's worse than watching somebody stab somebody else. Because he was doing it and he was, listen, every carve, every cut, he was acting as if he was getting aroused. And you know that is a form of sex, right? And it's also a form of sex magic, okay? So now I'm watching this white boy cut himself up like a chicken cutlet, and I only saw the 15 seconds of it. And the video I saw was on Twitter, and it was a 2-minute video. The fact that TikTok let that shit stay up that long, TikTok is full of shit, okay? But the fact that he did this, and people are trying to say it's God, this has nothing to do with God. God don't have nothing to do with this. I think Perez Hilton got a hold of some shit, or Perez Hilton got into some shit that's really coming back to haunt his ass. See, we don't like to talk about the fact that a lot of people on earth deal in witchcraft. I told y'all yesterday, people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on spell work. And I don't know if this is Perez Hilton's situation, but what if, or could it be that it could be his karma? Maybe this is what Perez Hilton is receiving because of what he put out in the universe. This is all I can start seeing. All of these people who were once up here that are all of a sudden starting to take these tumbles down these hills, I'm starting to believe y'all are just receiving y'all's karma. Or maybe Perez Hilton bit off something more than he could chew. He done dibbled and dabbled into some witchcraft or some spell work and got an entity attachment on him, and the entity want him to kill himself. Who knows? And it's crazy because me talking like this sounds crazy to the masses. And this is why the witchcraft continues to happen over and over and over. Because as long as the people believe that this is crazy or it's some old made up shit, nobody's going to be able to see. Either way, I would say Perez Hilton is in my prayers, but he's not. Good luck. Good luck. That's all I got. Let's move on. Trigger warning to the people who was triggered. I'm not going to sit up here and tell y'all I care. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, y'all pray for lies. Not going to do it. Let's move on. I know what I'm looking at. It's just trying to get y'all to believe what I'm saying. But I know what I'm looking at. Y'all get the lights up. That was disgusting. Again, like I said, if y'all want to go see the video, but I would recommend you not. And whoever told me not to go see it, they was right. I shouldn't have went and seen it. Because I went and saw it and, yeah, messed me up. I did not want to see his out-of-shape ass in a goddamn corner. Oh, did y'all see this video? Sorry. I'm going to play a little bit of Perez so y'all can see what type of time he was on. Let me show y'all what type of time Perez Hilton was on so y'all can see. Prayers up for Perez Hilton after he streamed himself slashing his entire body. Look.
Hey, everybody. I've been crying. I've been crying, but happy tears. Happy tears. Because this is just so crazy. I've been reading the Bible, and so much of what is said here I had already been thinking of. It's just overwhelming in the best, most beautiful way. All right, I'm snapping out of it. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer. And this Joyce Meyer Everyday Bible is actually the third Bible that I bought this week. The first Bible that I bought, the font was too small. I couldn't read it. I'm an old man. I just turned 48. The second Bible that I bought didn't resonate with me. The language, whichever version it was, it was hard to digest. Then my friend Thalia, who's been an angel to me, suggested this version of the Bible, and I bought it. And this morning, I was reading about pruning, something that not only was I thinking of, but I was doing already. I was doing it already. Earlier this week.
Yeah. This is a 10-minute video. Shout out to All About the Tea. This is a 10-minute video. If y'all want to go over to All About the Tea and go check it out, please do. But Perez Hilton had been talking about this back and forth. But I've noticed that people who get caught up in demonic stuff, they always run to the Bible. Like I said, good luck, Perez. Good luck. That's all I got for him. Good luck. I'm not putting my energy on that. Are you insane? That shit was demonic. What I saw, that wasn't regular. If you would see what I saw, that wasn't no, I don't even think that was him. I think it was him. But whatever entity took over him, that's the entity made him do that shit. He was being overtaken by a spirit. I seen it. That wasn't him. That's whatever entity that's attached to him. I'm good on that. Y'all got it. Let's move on. Indian doctors. Wait, before I get to the Indian doctors, let me read a couple of super chats just in case. Miss Terry Elizabeth, thank you for the super chat, says they love to say this is a teaching hospital until I said I don't want all those people in here. Teach using somebody else. You know what? And I'm about to start on that right now. Thank you, Miss Terry Elizabeth, because that's exactly what they're doing. And we're talking about the Indian doctors. We're going to get into that in just a second. Thank you, Miss Terry Elizabeth. I'm going to piggyback off of what you just said in 2 seconds. Sharjay, thank you for the super chat, says indigenous woman performed genealogy, found out had 1,300 acres, in Mississippi, was jailed due to her refusing to sign over her state versus Roland Martin. Girl, not Roland Martin. Of all names for the case to be named. Not the state versus Roland Martin. But let me check it out, though. I will definitely check it out. Thank you so much, Sharjay. But it makes sense. She ain't gonna get in jail. That ain't gonna last. I'll look into it. Thank you, beautiful. Tisha, thank you for the super chat. Said we all going in gasoline slips for laughing. Oh yeah, we all going. But you know what? It is what it is. God understands us. We made in his image and likeness. He laughing too. God laugh at my jokes. I know he do. I know he laugh at my jokes. I know it. So he understand my sense of humor. How you say your name? Dorian Spears, or Span, thank you for the super chat, says Martha should have never been allowed to that close to the mic. Who you telling? And the Rockets red glare. Girl, Miss Martha got to stop. Esther Messiah, thank you for the super chat, says it was mentioned in the KH roast, yes, repeatedly. What was mentioned? In the Kevin Hart roast, what was mentioned? The pedophilia? Oh, I already know. You know, that's all their jokes was about pedophilia. And we were supposed to take that as, oh, well, it's just jokes. Y'all are trying to mess up the integrity of comedy. Remember they was telling us that we shouldn't have tripped about what they were saying about pedophilia with the kids during the Kevin Hart roast. They told us that we was messing with the integrity of comedy. And I told y'all, as somebody who I believe is a armchair comedian, I'll call myself an armchair comedian, okay? But no, yeah, I call myself an armchair comedian, and I know that that's not comedy. That's just people being disgusting via comedy. Does that make sense? Sharjay, thank you for the super chat, says, no, Roland interviewed her. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the state versus... I thought you said the name of her case was versus Roland Martin. I'm about to say, I know you lying. Thank you. I'll look it up. Send it to my email, Sharjay, voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. Send it to my email. Now, why is this important, y'all? So we're moving on. And I want to speak to y'all about Indian doctors. Red dots. I call them red dots because they're not real Indians. People who know India was once called Hindustan. It didn't get the name India, I want to say, until the late 1800s. Around the time they were taking Indian off of our name. So around the time they were changing our identity from Indian to Negro, they created this country called India, right? And they didn't really create it. It was already there. It was called Hindustan, right? So then after they wanted to destiny swap, or at least send out, because this is what they did. Let me back up a little bit. A lot of our history was disbanded across the world. A lot of our knowledge, a lot of our history, a lot of who we are and our culture is all across the world, and we don't know it. And one of those things that they took from us was the identity of Indian, right? And they took it from us in the late 1800s and gave it to India and created that and called those people Indians. And that's so if the world look at those people as Indians, then we could never be. Does that make sense? If the world sees the red dot people as the real Indians, then we could never be. That's what the enemy did. Now, why is this important? Hindustan, or India, has also been a country that I've noticed had a huge grab or hold on Black Americans via the medical industry. And I didn't just pick this up. Even when I had my baby, I remember seeing buku Indians being in the hospital. And I never understood it. And I'm like, dang, these Indians, they must come to America to do their clinicals. And that's what I used to think. Maybe they have to come to America to do their clinicals and things of that nature. And that's why they're here. But as I got older, a little more wiser, and I started to pay more attention and use my discernment more, I started to realize that the doctors started going from being black people to some black people, some white people. And I'm just speaking from the black American experience. At one point, doctors used to be black too. Y'all don't remember that? Yeah. At one point, when I born in 83, and I can remember a time where the doctors was black too, right? Then it went from black doctors to black and white doctors, and now it's going from black and white doctors to, you see, mostly white doctors, but even outside of that, it's mostly Indian doctors. Now, my download told me, because I went down to, this is how I connected India to us in Black America. I went down to New Orleans, and I went into the French market, and I was just looking around, and I ended up buying this thing, but it was kind of like a little mat, and it was speaking about, what's the couple that got together? Holy crap. It's a couple. I can't remember. I'm bad on names. Y'all already know how it is. But they were speaking about a couple who had got together, an Indian couple. And as the man was telling me the story behind it, all I could think of was, this our story. And not only could I think this was our story, I'm literally getting visuals in my head as this man telling me about their folklore. And I kept saying, this gotta be our story, because none of this seems like it's their stuff. Well, fast forward, I did a little research, and I realized that, yes, I was right. What the enemy did was, when they came to America, America was the place that had all these different cultures, all these different places. France was here, Rome was here, Egypt was here, all of these different places. All of that was here first. Do you hear me? It sounds crazy, huh? But it's the truth. All of what you see all over the world was once in America. But when the enemy came here, they took it and disbanded it across the world so that we won't know who we are. Because the biggest problem is we think we one big Negro. We're not. We're different tribes with different backgrounds. It's no different from me being New Orleans or from New Orleans and having my own music, my own language, and my own culture, and my own everything. And then you being from Atlanta having your own music, your own language, your own culture. Okay? So now, because I feel like I'm going off on a tangent. I realized that the Indians had our culture and our history, and they were basically using it as if it was theirs. On top of that, like I said, fast forward to the hospitals, I started seeing all these Indians pop up, and then my daddy went to the hospital last year. If anybody was on here, y'all know. My daddy was in the hospital because he had a car accident, and I'll never forget, the white man came in. He was the first doctor, but he came in with a whole gang of Indians behind him. And I kept saying, what the hell? And all through the hospital was groups and groups of Indians just walking around. And immediately I said to him, these motherfuckers is over here experimenting on us. Because Black America, what's the lady's name? What is the lady's name who they did the stem cell research on? She wasn't the only one. She was a representative of who we are as a people. Henrietta Lacks. That wasn't a one-off case. See, they found stem cell research for cancer inside of Henrietta Lacks because that lies inside of all of us. You see, we are gods. We just don't believe that we are gods. We have been dumbed down so much by the enemy and told that we are slaves or niggas that even us telling each other we're gods sounds asinine. It sounds crazy. And I'm telling you now, we are gods. Not just any gods. We're gods made in the Most High's image and also in his likeness. That means whatever the Most High can do, you can do it. Whatever the Most High can create, you can create. And I know, oh, Voodoo, that sounds crazy. Oh, Voodoo, you crazy. You trying to say we the same as God. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You know who else believes it? All the people around the world, including the Indians. And guess what? They come to America and work on a God every chance they get. Every time one of you Negroes go to the hospital, you see all them Indians with their hands behind their back. They here working on you. They here playing operation on your ass. Because you don't believe you know God. You believe you just a nigga from off a slave ship. So while you sitting up there believing you just a nigga off a slave ship, here come the Indians. Ooh, operation. I get to take a kidney. Ooh, I get to take some stem cells. Ooh, because you don't believe it. Witchcraft. You don't believe. You saying a black man is a god is like, I would get more backlash from black people, not the whites. I I would get more backlash from black people by telling y'all that we're gods. And you know, Jesus came and told us that too, but that's a whole nother story, and that's supposed to be y'all partner. Jesus told you you're God. Hold on. Can you read the scripture where Jesus came down and told the people they were gods?
Jesus referenced the scripture, "You are gods," in John chapter 10, verse 34, when he was accused of blasphemy. This was based on Psalm chapter 82, verse 6.
Okay. Read Psalm chapter 82, verse 6.
Psalm chapter 82, verse 6 says, "I said you are gods. You are all sons of the Most High," according to the NIV. Or, "I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High," in the KJV.
Jesus told you niggas that. Jesus said it. Go pull up your Bibles. Go get your Bibles. Jesus told you niggas, and y'all don't even believe him. Y'all don't even believe him. There you go. So I know you ain't gonna believe me. If Jesus told you niggas that when he was here and niggas didn't believe it, I know I don't stand a chance. But again, the reason why you continue in the situation you in, Black America, because you have no idea who you are. You don't know who you is. No, you don't. If you knew, you would move differently. Again, Jesus told you niggas y'all was gods and y'all love him most, but you still don't believe him. The Indians, though, they believe it because they come over here and they practice on us all the time in the medical industry, in the medical field. This is why when you go to the hospital and you break your leg or you go to the hospital with a cold, there's always a group of Indians sitting there waiting to work on your ass. Not only is the Indians that'll work on your ass, we come to find out that a lot of them don't have degrees. A lot of them ain't no real doctors. A lot of them are paying a fee, $1,400, to get to come over here and play on your ass. Because you don't believe you know gods. You think you a nigga off a slave ship from Africa. Let's get into this video. This young lady found this video where she was talking about the Indians in the medical field. And she says a lot of them people are not certified. And they're scammers. Let's get into it.
Hold on. The whole time, those Indian doctors don't be going to medical school. The whole time they've been scamming. All they have to do is pay $1,400. The ones at the gas stations, just the whole Indians. Y'all been scamming? Your kids' pediatricians ain't even real doctors. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm finna show y'all. See, that's why things are being exposed now. Wow.
The program. One former official tells Newsweek that up to 90% of applications, 90% from India, contain fraudulent documents or involve unqualified applicants. And finance law enforcement in India claim it has uncovered a network of universities that produce fake degrees, which were possibly used to obtain these high-skilled H-1B visas, including one school which allegedly stole over 36,000 fake degrees, sold, I should say. It cost as little as $1,400 for one of those.
Hold on.
See, Black America, what you don't understand is you are the jewels of the world. You wonder, y'all ever ask yourself why everybody keep copying off us? Why everybody's so obsessed with us? Because you are the jewels of the world. Everybody knows it except you. You the only motherfucker who don't know who you is. You the only person who don't know who you is. And that's why all these people get to take advantage of us. Because us as a people do not have an identity and we don't know who we are. So now all of these, the enemy, the powers that be, they know who we are. You think they give a damn about people with fake degrees coming to work on us? They want us dead. No. So they allow them to come over here, fake degrees and all. You think they give a damn? No. So all of these Indians stand behind your doctor talking about, oh, they don't never really say much. Y'all ever notice that? They just there. There to observe until it's time for one of them to be a real doctor. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't just the Indians, the Africans, I believe the Asians as well. A lot of these people, unless they grow up here in America and go to school here, a lot of these so-called doctors that we have do not go through the rigmaroles that you have to in order to be doctors. Everybody gets to pay a fee to come over here and work on a god. Everybody gets to pay a fee. That's all it costs. Put yourself in their shoes. There's a group of people in the world that everybody loves, everybody adores, and I resent you niggas. I don't like y'all, because everybody favor y'all. So put yourself as one of the foreigners. You mean to tell me if I come up with $1,400 US that I can go over there and work on one of them niggas? Shit. Let me get my $1,400. You think I'm running over there to work on one of them? I don't like them either, and I resent them, and everybody love them. You damn right I'm about to find $1,400 to come work on one of you niggas. But again, this is how they got you tricked. You believe that the hospital is your friend. You believe that everybody in the white coat loves and care about you and is here to help you. And again, this is bad because there are people in the medical industry who absolutely care. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the group of people that's really in the hospital. They're really playing on all y'all tops. And because you can't discern who's who, and because you automatically assume everybody in the white coat is your friend, you go in there willy-nilly, you let them tell you what the fuck wrong with you. Most of you niggas getting diagnosed with sicknesses that you never had. Most of you niggas getting treated for shit that you never had. Most of you, they even gotten so bad, these motherfuckers got people going volunteer to go to the hospital and say you got cancer. Oh, your grandma died of cancer 30 years ago. You might have it too. You need to come get tested. And here go your duck ass. Let me go get tested. Flatten my titties on the plate. Put my titties on the hot plate. Let me go down there, put these titties up on this hot plate, and then you go put your titties on the hot plate. You don't know what the hot plate say. The hot plate might say you don't have cancer, but it don't matter. The doctor behind the hot plate said you do. Now you got to go to chemo. I just found out I got cancer Friday. They want me in chemo Monday. There you go. Duck, duck, goose. Duck, duck, fucking goose. Y'all don't see it because in your mind, that's the witchcraft. This is why the hospitals stay rolling. This is why. Because they already got the witchcraft on you niggas to believe that nothing, when you go in there, they got your best interest at heart. So everything they do, oh, Black America, come get tested for fibroids. Look at the women. Let me go put my coochie on a hot plate. Let me go get tested. Even though he ain't had no issues, ain't never had no problems. Now you go put your coochie up on the panel. They tell you now got fibroids and now they won't cut on your ass. Now you laid up on the bed Thursday getting cut up and nothing was wrong with you prior to going down there. That's the gag. Nothing was wrong with you niggas prior to going down there letting them tell you something wrong with you. And they call it preventative care. That's what they call it, preventative care. Nothing wrong with you. You go to the hospital, not something wrong with you. Yay. Preventative care. And then the people who survive their preventative care, they'll turn around and tell the masses, see, y'all need to go get tested. See, y'all need to go down there and let them people test y'all because you could die. Nah, nigga, you just made it. You lucky your ass didn't die. I'm good. I'm straight. They literally got people volunteering to go to the hospital to tell them, you going to volunteer for them to tell you got cancer. You going to volunteer, all of this, go get checked. Go get checked. Y'all ain't getting checked. They giving you that shit. Y'all ain't getting checked. They giving it to you. And because you a duck, duck, goose and don't know no better, you, oh my Lord, I'm so glad, early detection. Oh Lord, one thing about God, he looks out for me early. Ain't no early detection. Bitch, you ain't got nothing, but you don't know that. Because all you know is the hospital loves me. They want me to live. No, they don't. No, they don't. Did you see how many people died during COVID? No, they don't. They don't want you to live. They want you to die. You just don't know it yet, though. You ain't gonna know it till after your ass is gone. There you go. Anyways, let's move on. I always hated hospitals too, Yvette. I don't like the way they smell. I don't like the way they feel. I don't like the energy. That's what it is. It's the energy. I feel death when I walk into a hospital. I don't feel good when I walk into a hospital. There's only one place in the hospital where I walk in and it don't feel bad, and that's the floor where they be having the babies. Everywhere else in the hospital, I don't see how y'all working them. Thank you for y'all service. I could not, if I had to go to work at a hospital every day, I would either commit suicide or I would die. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. The energy is just, ugh. It just, I don't like it. I never did like hospitals. Moving on. Be mindful of the people that's working on y'all. And let me tell you something. Ask questions. You know you better than these doctors, especially these foreign ones. How y'all let foreign doctors come tell y'all who the hell you is and what's going on with you? They don't have your blood type. They don't have your genetics. They don't have your skin. They don't have none of that shit. And you listening to them? Girl, that's crazy. You can't make this up. That's insanitary. You can't make up. Girl, please. Let's move on. Y'all get the lights up. I ain't telling y'all not to go to the hospital because I already know that's the next thing. Oh, Vu trying to tell people not to go get checked. Vu must be anti. Vu must be anti. Yeah, I'm anti your ass. How about that? I'm anti your ass, nigga. Yeah. I'm whatever they say I am, I'm an anti that. How about that? I'm so glad I don't give a damn about what the internet say. Let's move on. Now I want to get into Black Filipinos. I did want to show you guys this. Shout out to Ace on YouTube. I told y'all he has a travel vlog where he go around the world and he shows us the indigenous people of the lands. Now I keep telling y'all on many occasions I told y'all that the Filipinos, the Asians that we see today, let me pull them up. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all. Let me see if I can pull up some Asians. Let me show y'all. These Asians that y'all be seeing. Can y'all see that? This one dark. Let's pull up some Asians up. See these Asians? Even these Indians. That's, you know, the Indians and the Asians is cousins, right? Y'all do know that, right? The Indians and the Asians is cousins. All of these people are not the real people. Do y'all see these people? None of these people are the real indigenous true Asians. These are the cosplayers and or the Cabbage Patch Kids and or the clones. Every place that you go in this world, there's an indigenous melanated population. Every single place you go. Get your little ass off of here, sir. Putting that little bitty booty on here. I don't want to see that ugly ass shit. Asian people. Let's see if I can pull up some Asian people. But the people we see on a day-to-day basis, these people that you see in the world, these are not the real people. All of these people are fake. Clones. Johnny-come-latelys. This is why their diet is so weird. Think about it. When you think about what Asians eat in Japan, they be eating raw frogs. They eat live deers and shit. Now, I don't think they got no deers out there. But they eat live octopus. And they bite sharks on the tongue and eat it live and shit like that. That's because these are not real people. These are clones. These are the extras. These are the people that the universe, the powers that be wants us to believe are the real Asians. So the Japanese people you see are not the real Japanese. The Hispanics are not the real Hispanics. The Filipinos, none of those people. Let me go see if I can find some Filipinos. Let me see if I can go find some Filipinos. Because these are the ones we're talking about today. These Filipinos that you see on a day-to-day basis are not the real Filipinos, okay? All of these people came when the Cabbage Patch Kids came, okay? None of them people is real people. All of them are fake. Why is this important? Because we have real Philippines or Filipinos, and I don't think we speak about them often. And the reason why they don't want you to know about these people is because if you know about those people and you know that they're indigenous, then you'll start to say, well, wait a minute. I know they are, but what am I? You'll start to say, wait a minute. If they got black indigenous people in Asia, black indigenous people in Europe, black indigenous people in Australia, black indigenous people on all the continents, then you're going to say, well, shit, they got to have had black indigenous people in America. And if you say that, then you're probably going to go toward, guess who's the black indigenous person in America? You, me and you. So the reason why they put all of these different people in front is so that you won't ever believe that there are black indigenous populations there. Because if you see that, then you'll know that you're the indigenous population where you are. Okay, now I want to show y'all this video of Ace going to the Philippines. He meets these women who were so happy to see another black person that looks like him. And then not only were they excited, they even started comparing their hair. They started saying that they have the same kind of hair. These are the people that are our brethren, okay? These are the melanated indigenous populations of people on this earth that we should be in communication with. Not them fake ones that we around here playing with, okay? Let's get into it.
Aita, right?
Yeah, Aita.
You want to touch my hair? Come on. Yes, same. Right. They like it. Come on. Same, yeah. It's beautiful.
Sir,
Yes.
US.
Yes, I'm from the U.S. Where you guys come from?
Children.
You go work today? Walk?
Yeah, no more.
Oh, it's too much? Oh, you have to walk. Let me see. 5 people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got something. Like, let me give you something, guys, for being in my video. Okay, I give you a little something. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Look at her come out.
Gotta give the grandmas a little something.
Thank you, God bless.
Yeah, well.
Very, very much.
Oh, no, come on. Aita in the building, Aita!
Thank you, God bless.
We holding it down for the Aita ladies in the building. You know, I'm gonna show some love. You got to walk, man. You got me crazy. All right, come on. All right, okay. God bless. God bless you. No, it's okay. It was a pleasure meeting you. You guys were so nice to me. Maybe I come back tomorrow, okay? But yeah, okay. Lady was like, "Oh, you got the type of hair texture as mine with the curly hair." That was dope to see her.
I thought this video was dope because it gives you a window into the real people. Now, this is what the governments have done. They've hidden the indigenous populations all over the world and replaced those people with their fake people. These are the people we see every day. These are the white-looking Hispanics. These are the white-looking Asians. These are the white-looking others, even in Hawaii. All of those people are placed there so that you never know. Remember, the witchcraft is all on us. We are the Truman Show. We are the Truman inside of the Truman Show. So they need all of these groups of people to act as if they are indigenous, even though they are not. And the people know that they're not indigenous. Because if you go ask a Filipino right now in America about the indigenous Filipinos, they'll tell you, oh yeah, the negros, the black people. They know who they are. But they go across the world telling the world that they are those people, and they are not. Okay? The reason why, Black America, because if you see that, it will wake something up in you. This is why they make sure you never know about indigenous populations around the world. So I'm here to tell you that not only are there indigenous populations in Asia, there's even a black indigenous population in Antarctica. Yes, even in the coldest climates, there are indigenous black populations, melanated populations. The first Eskimos were melanated, not the ones you see today. Those are actors. Those are people put in place of the real people. Remember, our identity is been given to us in America. Get me up here. The identity that has been given to us in America is that we come from Africa. If you let them tell it, everybody comes from Africa. That's not true. Africa has its indigenous population. America has its indigenous population. And we are a part of America's indigenous population. Just like Asia has an indigenous population, just like Australia has, and so on and so forth. Every country, every continent has a melanated indigenous population. We are all not from Africa, okay? Nobody in the world believes everybody's from Africa. Only the black Americans in America. And that's because that's what was pushed down our throats. We're not Africans. Okay? We're not Africans. And neither are those people. Those Filipinos are not African. As a matter of fact, unless they're westernized, when you go talking to these indigenous people, they say Africa. They don't have no parts in that. So please know that. Let's move on. Now I wanted to get into hold on. Who's black in America? I think that's the next one. I just want to make sure I didn't miss nothing on here. All right. Who's black in America? I got a couple of videos I want to show y'all before we get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. This one is about some Dominicans. Now, I did watch this video, and they were talking about Dominicans and Haitians, right? Now, this is a bit off subject, but on the subject, too. So, they're in the Dominican Republic, and somebody's interviewing a Dominican. And they were asking them about why there's beef between Dominicans and Haitians. Now, the man is going to explain that the reason why that there's beef is not on the Dominican side, according to him. He said the Dominicans ain't got no problem with the Haitians. That's why they share the island with them. According to them, he said it's a mentality situation. Basically, the Haitians come over there and try to take over. And not only that, they be beefing with everybody, according to him. So, I want to show y'all, this is just a little random side note, but it's relevant. I'm showing you guys the Dominican and Haitian situation because, see, in America, we're blinded to think that we're the only ones going through this. Haitians are like Nigerians, too. They not wanted nowhere all over the Western world either. And I'm believing that. I believe because y'all Haitians might be clones, too. I'm starting to believe that. No cap. I think y'all Haitians might be clones. Because I'm starting to see people with origin don't have these issues. It's people without origin who have these issues. Haitians, are y'all clones? Let's get into it.
Wait, you be saying you not black. This is the niggas who say they not black, they Dominican. Look, turn the camera to this nigga. You not black? You're black.
Oh, this is the wrong video. This is him mad because they don't want to say they black. I'll show you the other video.
I know black, Bobby. I know black, Bobby. I'm Dominican. I know black.
Black. I know black. I know black. Impossible. I know black. I'm Dominican. I'm Puerto Rican. I know black. Be looking just like.
You can't use Spanish your way out of saying you're not black. You're black. You're darker than everybody here. So you're black too. Anyway, you be saying you're not black. This is the niggas who say they not black, they Dominican. Look, turn the camera to this nigga. You not black? You're black. I know black, Bobby. I know black, Bobby. I'm Dominican. I know black.
Black. I know black.
You know, I too was under this ignorance. Y'all remember when we used to have the immigrants come in and we used to try to force them to be black. We used to try to make them say that they were black. And the immigrants would say, oh, no, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. Or no, I'm not black, I'm this. What we didn't realize is that we were forcing our own destiny swap. Because they are right. Black as an identity was only given to us. We know that now. But now we've given it to everybody. Because we forced all of these people, and remember, this wasn't on our bad, this is on theirs. They indoctrinated us to believe that everybody with melanin came from one place in Africa and we're all the same. So when all of these melanated immigrants came here, we started bullying and harassing them, trying to force them to take our identity, not realizing that that's part of the play. To get us to believe that they wrong for not accepting us or accepting our identity so that they can go ahead on and destiny swap. We forced our own destiny swap. Yes, we did. That's why now, now that the Dominicans and the Haitians and everybody, now they done switched the narrative. Now they going around saying that they black Americans, and what we saying? You ain't no black American. We got to eat that. We did that. We made them think that they were us. We did. We did. We forced them into believing that they were us. That was under our witchcraft. But now that a lot of us are waking up, we're delineating, and now we want to take our identities back. So now we're telling these people, you're not a black American, you're this. You're not a black American, you're that. And now they are flipping the role or switching the roles and making it seem like we the ones tripping. Now they're calling us divisive. Do y'all understand? We literally forced our own destiny swap, but that was done by design. They were right. They not black. We not black. We're not. Black is a color, the color of this pen. We're not black. We accept it, we embrace it, we engage in it, and we love it, but we're not black. But as an identity, we do identify ourselves as Black Americans. But we didn't realize when we were forcing them to act as if they are us, that we were giving them the destiny swap. We were forcing the destiny swap. And it's really bad. It's extremely, extremely bad. And the purpose of that is because the reason why they had us doing that is because they needed us. Remember, it's about the enemy trying to ease up on their karma. So if they can show that we wanted to destiny swap, then then we get our own karma, which is what we're dealing with now. That's why we windmilling for our culture and our identity now. Because we're receiving the karma for forcing them to be us when they are not. Okay? I want to show y'all this video. Hold on. Let me make sure I hope I shared the right video. Let's get into, I don't think I shared that other video, but let's move on. Let's get into what Africa offers the world. Now, the only time Africa and the world is even talked about is when they're referring to us and saying that we're African. But when it comes to influence, Africa has zero influence on the world. Let me say it again. The only time Africa and influence is even put in the same sentence is when they're referring to us Black Americans as Africans. But take the Black Americans off the table and let's just look solely at Africa. Africa does not influence this world. As a matter of fact, Africa has the least influence on the world. Get me up here. Because everything they love to attribute to Africa is really Black American. So they like to say Africa has the oldest culture. No, it don't. Black America has the oldest culture. Africa has the oldest food. No, it don't. Black America has the oldest food. So they use us to identify us as Africans to make Africa seem older than it already is. Africa is not. Africa does not contribute anything collectively to the world. Asians have a bigger presence in the world than Africans. Okay? Europeans have a bigger cultural effect and presence in the world than Africans. Africans take Black America out of it. Because see, a lot of these Africans going to come on here, because I know this part going to get clipped, and a lot of Africans is going to swear to God, that's a lie, nigga, you don't know what you're talking about. And they're going to start claiming everything that's Black American is African. That's the only way they have it in. But Africa itself, food, music, language, culture, Africa has zero influence on the world. Everything Africa has ever had attributed to being an influence on the world was always connected to us. Let's get into it because I think this needs to be talked about. We're gonna explore this. Let's get into Africa and what it has influenced the world to do. Not a goddamn thing. This is why the Africans come to America and tell us we Africans, so they have something to use.
If Black Americans were Africans, then Africans would be as influential as us. Africans have not had any influence on the world compared to us. We have created most of the world's inventions from black-skinned people. They're a whole continent of 54 countries and they cannot compete with us invention-wise. It's sad. Really let that sink in. We are only 13% of the American population, but we have created so many inventions. We have had such a heavy impact on the world. They are 54 countries, over 1 billion people, and they cannot compete with us culture-wise or invention-wise, or influence-wise, or fashion-wise, or lingo-wise. These people have to come to what we've built in order to get a leg up.
Facts. Shout out to the brother. He is spot on. Other than the 13%, Black America, you're not 13% of the population. Stop saying that. You're putting a spell on yourself. You're not the minority here neither. The only reason why they told you that is so you can allow them to do what they're doing. Stop saying that. Just like they got 54 countries of black people in Africa, they got 50-something states of black people in America. Remember, those countries are nothing but states. Africa ain't nothing but another America on paper. Those 54 countries are nothing but states. Our states are the size of countries. So if they got 54 countries full of blacks, we got 50-something states full of blacks over here. We've never been the minority. That's the only thing I will say. But other than that, he was spitting. Listen, when you take Black America away from Africa, meaning everything that we've contributed to the world, everything that we've given to the world, culture, food, language, influence, when you take us away, what is Africa and what do they contribute to the rest of the world? Nothing. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing that the Africans have or do that the whole world takes and say, okay, we needed this. Okay, for instance, Black Americans created the stop signs or the stoplights. We created cars, planes, automobiles, houses, all of those things. Tables, chairs, computers, internet, Wi-Fi. We created all of that. So the world is a better place because we as Black Americans created some things to make the world a better place. Take us out of Africa. What does Africa, not Black America, what does Africa contribute to the world that the world can say, oh my God, thank you, Africa. Without you, we wouldn't have this. They don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. Drop down in the comments. There's nothing that comes from Africa that the world can say, oh my God, thank you, Africa. If y'all had not invented this, we don't know where we would be. Nothing. As a matter of fact, the least production for the world, not for their countries, but the least production in the world comes from Africa. We get more out of Europe and Asia than we get from Africa. The only thing we, Black America, get from Africa is them tethering onto us. That's all we get. But outside of them tethering onto us, we get absolutely nothing from Africa. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nope, nothing. But the Africa's claim to fame on the world is us. If they got us to believe that we come from them, then now they have a foot in the game. Does that make sense? If Africa has a claim on Black Americans, meaning if they get us collectively to believe that they are our mothers, our motherland, and we come from them, then now they have something to influence the world with. But other than that, they don't have anything because they don't create anything, because they don't contribute anything. Not to the world. I can't say what they do in their countries. I'm not over there. I'm speaking about the world. There's nothing that produces out of Africa or nothing that was created from Africa that got us in the world saying, thank you, Africa. That's because they're not us and we're not them. And when we separate ourselves, even during this delineation movement, once we start identifying who we are and separating ourselves, it puts them in a panic because now they don't have a way to tether. This is why the internet is going crazy like it is now over the delineation movement. Because God forbid you wake up and realize who you are, they got to go back to the hellholes where they come from. They got to go back to the huts in the shanty towns where they came from. They don't want to do that. So this is why there's a concerted effort on a day-to-day basis by pan-goofies like Dr. Umar, Dr. Jabari, and all these other people to tell y'all that we're from Africa, because that's their only lifeline to the world. Black America is Africans' only lifeline to the world. Without us, they go away. Without us, they don't exist. And I'm not speaking on all of Africa. I'm speaking about the Western Africans who come to America trying to live the American dream and destiny swap. Without us, you bitches die off. You don't exist. Stop me when I start lying. Without us, you don't exist. We just haven't caught on yet. I have. Collectively, we haven't caught on yet. But bitch, when we do, y'all gonna have to go back to the holes y'all came out of. When we do, y'all are gonna have to go back to the holes you crawled out of. I'm telling you now. And it's coming sooner than later. We are waking up minute by minute, second by second, and day by day. And once enough of us has awakened, collectively, y'all are gonna have to go back to the holes in the cabbage patches you crawled out of. On my soul. Let me show you this video. Now here, I want to show you this video about luxury in Nigeria. Because I did see a video with Godfrey on here talking about how Nigerians... Let me show y'all. Let me pull Godfrey up. Godfrey just did a video congratulating Nigerians on being the most educated immigrant group in America. Hold on. So, apparently, the Nigerians are the most educated immigrant group. Not group. Immigrant group in America. So what does Godfrey do? Remember, his job as an agent, because that's what he is in our community. Godfrey is an undercover agent. It's just that the mass majority of us haven't caught on yet. So he came in, he integrated, acted like he was our friend, and then he infiltrated. Once he got in good enough, put his American gear on, he was able to tell the Africans that he has an in with us. Then he came out and showed his true colors and told us who he really was. He don't like niggas. He's over here stealing from us. That's why he another one telling us we came from Africa. Well, Godfrey came on here to celebrate that the Nigerians allegedly are the most educated people in America. This is witchcraft because they want you to think of these Nigerians as the Wakanda people. They want you to look at Nigerians as if they are the cream of the crop or they are some Africans that we need to be looking to. They are not. They are the worst. They are the lowest of the lowest in Africa, okay? The South Africans, the East Africans, the North Africans do not rock with these niggas. They over here lying and playing in our face, telling us one thing when something completely different is happening back home. So Godfrey's on here telling us how educated the Nigerians are in America, yet in Nigeria they don't have toilets. How, Sway? How? How can y'all be the most educated group in America, but y'all can't build toilets back home? This is all cap. Let's get into Godfrey. Y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video if you're just joining.
I want to give a shout out to Nigerian Americans because I read an article that they are the most educated in America amongst immigrants, in U.S. groups. They're the most educated, immigrants. Of course, listen, I'm sure there's some Indian people and Asians will maybe dispute that, but I just read it. But first of all, Indians get down, Asians get down. So I just read that children from Nigerian immigrant parents in America have the highest, like 64% of the highest degrees and all of that. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm proud to be a Nigerian American because Nigerian Americans don't usually get a voice. You know what I mean? They usually don't get a voice because Nigerians from Nigeria will say you're not that Nigerian enough. Nigerians from England, I think they think they're more Nigerian than us, but we have been here since the 60s. Nigerian Americans have been around, and should
at least he was honest. When y'all got here, Godfrey, at least he's honest. When did y'all get here, Godfrey?
More Nigerian than us, but we have been here since the 60s.
Really the 70s, but I'll give him the 60s because they trickled a few of them in. At least he's honest about that. At least he finally is honest. They literally just got here. My mama was born before they got here. I'm pretty sure y'all mamas was born before they got here too. At least he's honest about that. But let him finish telling us how educated they are.
Nigerian Americans have been around, and should get the respect they deserve. And shout out to Niger all over the world, but especially in the U.S., man. Way to go, dudes. Way to rock, Niger. Niger Quenu, man. Evo Quenu. Let's go.
When y'all realize that these Nigerians are your enemies, you are going to be pissed. When y'all realize who the Nigerians are and why they are here, you are going to be pissed. Godfrey is King Nigerian. He came in and got on our good side, and now he's showing his true colors. He needs to big up Nigerians in America to make them look like they're this big so that we continuously look up to them. This is also another form of witchcraft. Make them seem bigger than they are so that we look to them as if they are something or somebody to look to, and they are not. They are not. I don't know what article he referenced to say that they are the most educated group or immigrant group, even though that's between them and the immigrants. You saw how he showed respect to the Indians. Oh, no disrespect to the Indians. Shout out to the Asians. It's just Niger, bro. It's just Niger, bro. It's just Niger, bro. Sounding like a white boy. I have a question, Godfrey. Y'all are so fucking educated. Why y'all ain't got no toilets at home? Why are people in Nigeria shitting in the streets? All of this education y'all got, you niggas won't even bring back a goddamn certification as a plumber back to Nigeria and make y'all some toilets? Speaking of Nigeria, because again, Nigeria loves to cosplay. They love a good cosplay. Nigerians got y'all thinking they X, Y, and Z over here, but when you go to Nigeria, it's a third world country. Not only that, if you want to live in luxury, let's see what luxury gets you in Nigeria. These the most educated though. Let's see.
Unfortunately, and I'm not no disrespect, but the places that we call luxury in Nigeria, in honesty, won't even meet
low-income neighborhood.
Yeah, just a regular neighborhood, because the poorest neighborhoods here have sewer, they have pipe-on water.
Y'all heard him? He said the luxury in Nigeria wouldn't even be the slums in America. He said if the luxury in Nigeria wouldn't even be the slums or the poorest cities in America. Look.
Honesty won't even meet
low-income neighborhood.
Yeah, just a regular neighborhood, because the poorest neighborhoods here have sewer, they have pipe-on water, they have electricity. Nobody's selling groundnut or fish in front. There are no shanties in front of them. On the way to Banana Island, it floods. And Banana Island is and Banana Island, they have Airbnb. That's an exclusive neighborhood. How would anybody, the HOA, the Homeowners Association, they should not allow Airbnb. In Banana Island, they have high rise, low rise. It's just disjointed. And this is what we call luxury. The better neighborhoods, like the controlled neighborhood, like Nikon Town in Lagos, to get there, you still have to pass through all this other stuff. Right. So these are the challenges that even the developers in Nigeria, I respect them, because people abuse them all the time, but they have to provide infrastructure. When we bought this land, we didn't have to do the road to this land.
The water was already there?
It's plug and play. It's like on the street. We just apply and we plug it in. We call the
electricity is done for you?
Yeah, Georgia Power, we call them, they come in. They tell you the fee, they come in. But for a Nigerian developer, even if you develop your own estate to be beautiful, like Banana Island,
the road leading
to Banana Island, there are people selling there. There's water, is waterlogged. You have no control over that. So it's a failure at so many levels. But if you go to Eco Atlantic, the only place I've seen in Nigeria that meets like a AAA sort of rating.
But then it's for the elite, top elite.
Unfortunately.
So these highly educated Nigerians can't even build luxury at home. According to this man, luxury in Nigeria is the poorest slums in America. I'm pretty sure luxury in Nigeria is hot and cold water on tap. I'm pretty positive. This is why you never hear people say they visit in Nigeria. Y'all ever notice that? Even other Africans. People will say they're going to Africa. They'll say they're going to South Africa. They'll say they're going here. You rarely hear people say, I'm going to visit Nigeria. Because Nigeria was nothing before them people got there. They put them people there, and then they wrote in history that it was something, but it was never nothing. This is why it is still destitute the way it is today. This is also why I want to know why these so-called highly educated Nigerians never go back home and help Nigeria, because that's not their home neither. Let's be clear. The Nigerians don't go back and help Nigeria because that's not their home, because they Cabbage Patch Kids. They clones. Okay? And all of this big pompous bullshit that they doing in America, where we the most educated, we this, we that. What it doesn't reflect at home, that means it's not true here. You cannot tell me a group of people came from Africa, swearing to God that Africa is the motherland, and refuse to go back and supply toilets to their hometowns. Remember, these Nigerians are in America telling us that Africa is the homeland. We came from West Africa. Mind you, when you get to West Africa, ain't shit there. But yet and still, we supposed to believe we West Africans from West Africa, and they are too, and that we should go home to them. Mind you, their home don't have toilets, tubs, roofs, dogs, cats, none of that shit. It's all a play, Black America. Stop allowing foreigners to tell you about you, your family, your lineage, and especially your history. Most of the foreigners in America are not indigenous people. Most of the foreigners in America are clones, okay, who have no origins. This is why they're in America telling us about our origins. I've been to places where people have origins. They have no desire to come to America, no desire to deal in our politics, no desire to deal with us at all. They love watching us on TV. They love seeing us online whenever they can. People with origins do not come to other places and take over their origins because they have their own. Only people without origins come to a place and then take over those people's origins. And that's why America is filled with a bunch of clones. All over. Clones, clones, clones. Everybody here circling us like sharks in the water. A whole bunch of foreigners circling us like sharks in the water, trying to get us to believe that we come from them, and we did not. And the reason why is because if we believe that, then we don't have an identity and they get to take our shit. Know who you are, Black America. That's the only thing I can say. If I could get on a bullhorn in front of the world, or at least in front of Black America, and say, y'all, please just do your genealogy and know who you are. If I could get a third of y'all to do that, I swear to God, I could just go happy. I swear to God. Please, Black America, to break these curses, you have to know who you are. The only way to know who you are is through genealogy, okay? Go find out who the hell you are and where you come from so we can get these people up out of our shit. Please, I'm begging y'all. Let's get these people up out our shit, because the land is going to regurgitate them and send them back home. The land, we ain't got to worry about that. We ain't got to get no ice. The land is going to send them back home. It's going to spit them out and put them back on their lands. Our land is going to do that. But we have to do our part, okay? Thank you for the super chat, Rian Austin. Says, Boo, I saw the Perez video on Twitter and I had the nerve to be eating the bacon. Oh. I'm a texture person. I will never be able to eat another bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich again. Oh my God. I was eating a bacon, egg, and cheese. I lost my appetite and got mad at him. Don't look it up. Don't look that shit up, bro. Please don't look that shit. And I know I'm saying that it's going to make people look it up, because that's how I ended up looking up. If you care about your thoughts, don't look that shit up, bro. It was disgusting. Thank you, Ren. I appreciate you. Daisha, thank you for the super chat. Says, with the same white jackets butchers be wearing. Ooh, I ain't think about it like that, Daisha. You talking about the hospitals. Hello? Hello. Let me see. Let me see something. Operation Game. Y'all remember this game? This was one of the better versions. Y'all remember this? Hold on, let me take it out. Thank you, Daisha. Y'all remember this game, Operation? We used to have it. My mama bought this game because we used to do game nights on Friday nights at my house. Yeah, we used to do Friday nights. We used to go get movies and we would play games. And my mama we'll make snacks and stuff. And y'all don't remember this game? Let me see the other one. Look at this one. Y'all remember these? Okay. The game was called Operation. And the plot of the game was you had to go inside of the little holes and pull out the parts. Y'all remember that? The wishbone, the heart, the liver. Look. The whole purpose of the game, because I'm about to line this shit up with these foreign doctors. The whole purpose of the game was to go inside these holes and pull out the parts without touching the sides. If you touch the sides, it'll do like a zzz. So it'll kind of tell you that you didn't cleanly pull the parts out of the person's body. Okay, just like the Cabbage Patch Kids, just like they gave us Cabbage Patch Kids and us having these Cabbage Patch Kids, not knowing that they're introducing the clones to us, what if this game was introduced to us as our future? The reason why we were so gung-ho about the game Operation, why it was so heavily celebrated in America, was because this was to be Black America's future. What if? What if? Because that's what it looks like today. Whenever I see them doctors in them hospitals, it feels like a game of Operation. It does. Especially when y'all come back from them. It feels like a game of Operation. Oh, girl, I went in there to get checked. Girl, they found out, girl, my heart. I gotta go to emergency surgery tomorrow, girl. They gotta cut out 3/5 of my heart, bitch. I don't know what I'm gonna do, girl. You be like, girl, you just went in because you stubbed your toe. Girl, they put me on the machine. Now they saying they want 2 itching. Thank you, Daisha, for the super chat. Thank you, Empress Shalon. How you say it, Shalani? Thank you for the super chat. Says hospital and hospice are the same. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Michael Wilbanks, for the super chat. Says, so glad to catch a live. Love you, Vu. Love you too. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody. Y'all get the likes up, please. Like the video already now. Go ahead on and like it. Now, with that being said, though, I am going to get off of here. I should be on later. I think we're going to do, I think we are going to do the behind the music. If not, definitely I'll come back and put some content. You'll see me later. Either way, just look for me, okay? I love y'all. Do all the research. Research everything I said. Also, not only research it, please pay the information forward. Help somebody else who don't know, even if they don't think they want to know. Just plant the seed and walk away. I promise you they're going to come back to you and tell you thank you. I love y'all. Pay it forward. Love on each other. Black Americans versus everybody. Hit the link for some merch. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go! It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.